everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Rhonda, better known as Hot Mess Mama MD, and on today's video it's another edition of Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money? What we will be talking about, testing out, and actually doing a 3-day wear test, half and half, to see whether or not this is a dupe or just a waste of money. And we are talking about the Elf Poreless Putty Primer. Y'all have been messaging me, tagging me, and asking me, please, Rhonda, is this a dupe for the very expensive $52 Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer? You guys, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Like I said, I am doing a 3-day wear test for you guys, where half of my face is with this Elf Poreless Putty, the other half with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. By all means, feel free to pause the video. Take a wild guess if you can tell what side is the Tatcha or the Elf side. Make sure to come back at the end of the video and let me know whether or not you were right. I know this is going to be a little bit harder to tell whether or not one is one, but I wanted to do, instead of a first impression, a 3-day wear test for you guys, because the ingredients are listed a little bit differently in the Elf than the Tatcha. So I want to see if by chance my skin reacts or if it just works out, which would be great because this is only $8, this is $52. So we're definitely going to be testing that out over the course of 3 days. I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to do multiple check-ins for y'all, day 1, day 2, day 3, and we'll see how everything works out. Before we get into the application process and talking about the ingredients and whatnot, make sure that if you enjoy these videos, you do give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, because I do what's called goodie bag giveaways every so often, and this is the giving season of December, y'all, so you don't want to miss out on my giveaways that are going to be coming up throughout this month. I am still sick. I think I probably mentioned like 15 times. I'm hopped up on coffee and I have to get out the door to work, but if you're interested to see whether or not this $8 primer is a dupe for the highly loved $52 Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, then make sure to stay tuned, because one last thing that I want to mention is I do still have merch available if you guys are interested in that. I am actually filming a video, which I probably mentioned in this video already, but I am showing you guys Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money with the C Color Cosmetics clay palette up against the Tarte clay palette. I know it's been discontinued, guys, but this is only $11.99. So of course that's on my face as well, so you guys can take a wild guess on what side is what. If you haven't already seen the video, I don't know which video will go up first. I'm assuming probably this one. So anyways, make sure to check out that video and my daughter's channel. My daughter Haley, you guys see her in a lot of my videos. She has almost made, or she's really close to her year-end goal for her YouTube channel. Make sure to check her out. As always, I have her listed always in my description box. So go over and show her channel some love as well if you're looking for another channel to support. And without further ado, let's go ahead and find out whether or not this is a dupe or just a waste of money. Asked I review the Elf Poreless Putty Primer up against the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So this retails for $8. I did pick mine up off of the Elf website. Again, I am sorry that I'm a nasally hot doggone mess, but and plus I'm trying to hurry up and get out the door for work, so okay, I'm gonna let that go. So anyways, the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer does retail for $52. I always pick mine up off of the Sephora website. Sorry, earbud users, that was really loud. Sorry, ring. But I always pick mine up when the sale is typically going on. I only go through like 2 a year as far as that goes. You don't need a lot. You guys can see the best way to use it, and I was overusing it, and I just want to let you guys know that if you overuse it, you're gonna be a lot greasier, oilier, especially if you have an oily T-zone and you're putting this on there. For the longest time, I was just kind of being gross and like dipping my beauty blender in there and kind of having at it, which is very wasteful in itself, because, you know, even though they say they don't absorb, let's be honest, they're going to absorb some things. So the best way to do it is to take the little disc that Tatcha does give you, and a rice size is literally all you need for this. Right here, I've just kind of been doing a rice size with my finger. So anyways, we are going to go ahead and put it up against the Elf. Now you guys know, is it a dupe or just a waste of money? I half and half it, and that's what we're going to do with this. The Elf Poreless Primer, Putty Primer, does come in a little container, like, as you guys can see, I've not even opened it. So this actual part of the video is going to be a first impression. However, let's rip this open. However, I'm going to keep coming back, and I think I'm going to do like 3 days of this. And this is what it looks like. So if we side by side it, right off the bat, they do look very similar as far as the color of it goes. Now we know with Tatcha there is a skincare type of property to it. I went ahead and pulled up, sorry, I thought my shirt was down too low. I went ahead and pulled up the ingredients for the Tatcha and as well as the Elf, and I think what I'm going to do is have it scrolling over here so you guys can see. The first one that I'm going to have scrolling is straight from Sephora's website. So the first one that you are seeing is all of the ingredients from the Tatcha Silk Canvas. Again, it'll be scrolling over here. So this is the ingredients for the Tatcha Silk Canvas, as I said, straight from Sephora's website, so that way you can kind of see the ingredients. I don't know if you guys will be able to see all of the ingredients in here. I would enunciate them for you, but I'm going to save a little bit of dignity today, so we're not going to do that. One thing I just wanted to note is, you guys know, for whatever reason, with some dimethicones, I don't know if there's different levels of dimethicone. I'm not a chemist, so I don't really know. But with some dimethicones, they clog the bejesus out of my pores. There is dimethicone in the Tatcha Silk Canvas, but for whatever reason, it doesn't ever seem to bother my skin. So looking at the ingredients directly at the Elf website, I'm going to have scrolling over here, so you guys are going to see the Elf Poreless Putty. It does retail for $8, and I'm going to insert the clip of the ingredients. Now you will see on here, again, I'm not going to enunciate that big long C word, neither one of them, but the 1, 2, 3, 4th ingredient is dimethicone. So dimethicone is a bit higher on the ingredient list than in the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So I don't know how that is going to play a part in my skin. I am going to just continue each day half and half, putting it on the exact same side as I did today. Does that make sense? So today I'm going to half and half it. To make it easier, the ring side is going to be the Elf side, and then the right hand is going to be the Tatcha Silk Canvas side. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. We're going to start the process. I'm trying to film 2 videos out of this face today. You guys, I'm not all with it. I'm not. I'm still on cold medicine. Okay. So like I said, on the ring side, I'm going to just go ahead and start with the Elf. I am going to do the exact same thing that I do with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. It doesn't say, as far as how to use it, just says for the Elf, apply a thin, even amount to moisturize skin prior to makeup application. Allow to set 30 seconds before applying foundation. Now, what I'm going to do is the same that I've always done, and I always spray my face down with the SmashBox primer water. So I've already done that. I am heavily moisturized, as you guys can see, because I've been sick, and even though I've been chugging water like it's going out of style, my skin is insanely dry. So I'm going to take my fingernail just like I would with my Tatcha, which actually I'm going to do half that amount, because that would be a full amount for my face with the Tatcha. So that is all I'm going to use for the Elf side. So I'm just going to apply it right to the side, and this is the side that I'm going to use every day for the Elf. And I am praying that my skin doesn't break out. The only thing I want to note is I do have a little bump right here. I don't think it's a full-blown pimple, but who knows. I feel like when you've been sick, your skin just gets all kinds of 10 times of crazy. So there is half of my face with the Elf. Cleaning off my hand, and I'm going to move over to my Tatcha side. Use a bit of amount. I think they look pretty much the same, guys, as of right now. So let's go ahead, we'll let that sit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start with foundation and concealer. Okay guys, I am back with the rest of my face. If you guys are curious, again, like I said, I am doing Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money on these two palettes. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on whether or not it's a dupe or just a waste of money. And let's go ahead and chit chat about this Elf Poreless Putty Primer. Like I said, I'm going to do multiple days for you guys so that way you can see whether or not my side of my face breaks out or not, just because, like I said, the dimethicone is in a different place ingredient wise than it is over here on the Tatcha side. Hey guys, okay, this is going to be day one check-in for the Elf and the Tatcha primer, and I just got back home from work. We are talking about, I would say, 8-hour wear time, or close to 8 hours that I've had my makeup on, and you guys can see I'm very shiny, which is totally okay. As I told you guys, my skin has been very dry. I've been sick and everything, and so I am very well moisturized on top of using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and foundation, which is very, very hydrating. Sorry, I've been talking all day, so my voice is like, ah. But anyways, as you guys can see, both sides are, you know, same amount of oils as the other. I don't think anything looks horrible. I don't see any breaking up. That's, again, the Tatcha side. I don't see any breakup or anything. I think so far, day one, this Elf is wearing absolutely amazing, and I can't complain about it. Now, I'm going to do a day 2 and a day 3. We'll see if by day 4, if maybe my skin has broke out. Like I said, I'm going to continue to do half and half, and this is going to always just stay the Elf side. Tatcha side's going to stay the Tatcha side, because I want to see what happens as far as, you know, if there's any breakouts or anything. So as of right now, I am lazy. I will not powder my face throughout the day. I may sometimes take a tissue to it. I didn't today, but I think that everything has worn exactly the same. So wait for day 2, guys. Okay guys, so this is day 2 of the Elf Poreless Primer review. So of course this side is the Elf, the other side is the Tatcha, which I've already went ahead and put away my Tatcha, so there it is. So I have stuck with the exact same thing as what you saw on day 1, where this is the Elf side, this is the Tatcha side. So we're gonna go ahead, go out throughout the day, and I will do an end of the day check-in and let you guys know how this is worn and everything. And I did the exact same concealer and foundation, which was the Too Faced Born This Way. So I'm gonna do that again for day 3, and then, like I said, day 4, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my final thoughts. Hey guys, we are on day 2 of the Elf versus Tatcha primer wear test, and let's ignore I'm still sick, so you can see where I've been rubbing my nose, wiping my nose, all that good stuff, so that part of my makeup is missing. I also did get my hair done, so up here part of that makeup is missing as well. But I mean, you guys can see, like, okay, so it's caked up here, but we're talking, this makeup's been on about 13 hours, if not more. So all of this is very, very normal where it cakes up around my nose. Again, this is the Tatcha side, this is the Elf side, and I have to say, I'm not noticing a difference at all, guys. Like, so far, day 2, I've been wearing, like I said, this makeup for 13 hours, if not more. I'm really surprised. So let's move on to day 3, guys. Hey guys, this is day 3. I'm getting ready to walk out the door for work, and wanted to give you guys a quick check-in. I didn't go like all out on my makeup or anything like that because I'm running behind. But this again is the Elf side. This of course is the Tatcha side. Hopefully you guys can get a good idea of what day 3 is looking like. So far I haven't had to, like, you know, reach for the puffs yet, but mark my words, by the end of the day I will, and it'll be like the normal wear off. So anyways, just giving you guys day 3 of the face. Hey guys, I'm sitting in my car. I am finishing up with work. This is the Elf side, this is the Tatcha side. I plan to explain this better to you guys when I do my final review, but in case I don't, this is why I am checking in with you guys about 6.5 hours after I have applied these primers, because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. Do you guys see? This is the Elf side, this is the Tatcha side. Do you see how you can see more of my pores over here, and it's a little bit more shiny than over here? That, I mean, granted I'm shiny up through here, but let's ignore the fact that I couldn't get the mascara off even though I tried, but we're gonna let it go. But do you guys see? This is what I'm gonna try and explain to you guys when I do my final review. But I feel like this, even though it's shiny, it doesn't get as shiny as the Tatcha side, guys. I will give you my reasons why on the final review. So anyways, I will do one more check-in probably in about 6 hours, because I try and at least do like 12 hours for you guys, 10 to 12. So anyways, see you guys in a bit. This is day 3 of the final check-in. We are 13 hours in. I just came up to wash up for the night, and I had hugged my husband and completely smeared off all of the makeup on this cheek. This, of course, being the Elf side, but up close you guys can see how everything looked over, you know, like that. Again, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which is very hydrating, and it's not, doesn't matter. I mean, look, I can show you guys like right like that. You can see how I'm smudging it right off. That's the Tatcha side. So it's not like this transfer resistant type of foundation that when I'm using the Elf Poreless Primer, it's like gonna come off, you know, it's gonna make it stay, come off, whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So anyways, I don't think that this is a big deal, especially since I went throughout the entire day, no issue whatsoever. So anyways, I am going to go ahead, I'm going to wash off my face, give you guys an early morning check-in, give you guys my final thoughts, and I know this video is going to be long, but I hope you guys find it very, very helpful. Hey guys, so this is the day 4 check-in to show you guys how my face looks, if it broke out or anything. I'm actually getting ready for the day. My husband and I are going on a date. I'm really excited. He's surprising me with stuff. I don't even know where we're going. So anyways, this has been the Elf side for the past 3 days. This has been the Tatcha side, and I think everything looks perfect. I did not break out with the Elf. So of course I will give you guys my final review, my final thoughts, and all of that good stuff here. It's probably gonna have to be tomorrow, guys, but you guys, it'll all seem in like one big thing, because that's just the power of editing. Okay, bye. Okay guys, so I am back to give you guys my final thoughts on this Elf Poreless Putty Primer that retails for $8. Now, as you guys saw, I did a multi-day check-in for y'all, and on day 3 I made sure to do kind of what I'm gonna call like a midday check-in, even though it was like, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I wanted to show you guys that even though I don't do touch-ups or anything like that on my skin throughout the day, as you guys saw, I didn't notice any breaking apart. I didn't notice it like sitting on the skin and looking cakey or anything. I felt like both wore very, very well. The noticeable difference that I did see, and that was with the Elf primer, and I don't know if it's because there is talc in their ingredients, but I felt like it did keep my skin a little bit more matte, especially in the T-zone, a lot longer than the Tatcha Silk Canvas one did. Now I know the Tatcha Silk Canvas does have skincare properties in it. They note that on the website. I don't recall noticing anything like that as far as the Elf one goes. I could be wrong on that, wouldn't be the first time, but I was just looking at this primer more so for the priming aspect of it. No skincare properties, no skincare benefits, strictly on how it wears on my skin. And luckily there was no reaction with the different level of dimethicone in the ingredients. It ranked a bit higher up than in the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I noticed, like I said, it seemed to keep my skin almost this nice matte finish without being over drying, because I told you guys I've been sick, and so my skin has definitely been a bit off as far as definitely needing more hydration to it. So all 3 days that you guys saw the check-ins and everything, I was using both the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and concealer. That's what I have on again today. That has just kind of been like my go-to cocktail as far as foundation and concealer has gone, and I can't complain about it. And actually my husband and I went on a date yesterday. This wore absolutely well. I did this all over my entire face. I've done it again today, and I actually have a Tatcha on backup that if it's still within my grace period, I've not touched it. I may just go ahead and return it back to Sephora and save my $52, because for $8 I feel like primer wise, again, I'm not talking about the skincare benefits like the Tatcha gives you, but primer wise, guys, I absolutely love this. I think it is absolutely amazing for $8. This by far is now my favorite drugstore primer. You guys know I talk about that L'Oreal Miracle Blur primer a lot, but this is $8 and you do get a nice size amount. And you guys, I don't know if you guys can see if my camera is picking it up, but I don't like rub around in it. I just get a little like rice size amount and apply that to my face. I do feel like with this primer, if you use it the way you do the Tatcha, you're going to be very, very happy. But if you overuse it like you can do with the Tatcha, and you do more than a rice size amount, I think that if you do have oily skin, that is something that is going to be very, very noticeable. And when I overdo it on my Tatcha Silk Canvas, I do look much, much dewier, like not even a good dewy. It's more like greasy chicken kind of look. So I definitely think you're gonna wanna be careful with that if you do have oily skin. But overall, I think this is an excellent comparable dupe. As I told you guys, I wanted to not do a first impression. I wanted to do a multi-day review. And now that that review is completely over, this has been the primer that I have been reaching for. So if you can get your hands on it, I would say probably pick up 2. Now, one thing I wanna touch on is, I know some of you guys have said that a lot of primers out there, really irritate if you have lupus or rosacea, but the Tatcha Silk Canvas does not do that. I can't speak on behalf of that side of things as far as this Elf Poreless Putty goes. Like I said, I was just focusing more so on the aspect of primer. You guys know I do kind of struggle a little bit with what looks like to be rosacea. I've not like totally had that defined and set in stone that that's what that is. But I will say that this didn't seem to kick up any redness or irritate my skin or anything. It did not clog my pores, and I'm really, really excited about it, guys. So let me know if you guys have picked up the Elf Poreless Putty. Let me know if you like this. Let me know definitely if you have lupus or rosacea. If you have been using this and you happen to check this out, let me know in the comments below if you have noticed a difference or if it's kind of kick-started anything and kind of irritated your skin. Because like I said, my skin is very sensitive to dimethicone, and I didn't have any reaction whatsoever. So I'm very, very pleased with that. But just because that's the way it worked on my skin doesn't mean it's not going to irritate your skin. So definitely curious. Let me know down below. Another thing I do want to touch on is Tatcha is, I believe, what's called a green brand at Sephora. So the ingredients, I don't know 100%, but they could potentially be better quality ingredients than at the Elf. So that's another thing that you're kind of going to have to weigh on what you're actually looking for. For me personally, with the skincare items that I use on my skin that is touching my skin the most and being absorbed into my skin the most, that's where I spend more of my money, is in my skincare. So for me, I feel like I'm okay with using the Elf versus the Tatcha. So again, each their own. Anyways, let me grab my phone for a notification shout out. I am all over the place today, guys. Okay, so if you want to be a part of the notification squad, it's very easy. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel and click that post notification bell and leave a comment down below. Hashtag notification squad, hashtag Team Hot Mess, whatever it may be, for a chance at a shout out in a future video. Okay, so today's post notification shout out does go to Gail Brooke 70. Thank you so much, Gail, for having your notifications turned on and leaving me a comment in my latest video. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, if you guys want a chance at a shout out in a future video, just turn that post notification bell on and leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget, Haley is doing Vlogmas over on her channel, so of course I'll have her linked in my description box down below for y'all. They just got a puppy over at their dad's house, and it is so cute, so you guys don't want to miss. She vlogged that whole, picking their little puppy up and all that good stuff, so definitely check her out. Also, I still have merch available. If you guys are interested, that will be linked in the comment section down below, or in the description box down below for you guys. You guys have been asking for me to do a video on this. This is the Birthday Wish by C Color Cosmetics. You guys, I have been playing with this all week long. I will be putting together a video hopefully by the end of this week for you guys, so you guys can see my thoughts and opinions and all that good stuff. So anyways, until next time, my friends, as always, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. I had a couple donuts, so I'm like on a sugar high, but like I'm slowly crashing. Stop judging me. It is what it is. This is a judgment-free zone. Okay, bye guys. Kisses from Kentucky.